combination.
And it's against mage as well, so if this is a slower mage,
It's a fatigue mage,
or even freeze mage,
I bet Firebat has like 2 flares in his deck. It's like, what?
it'd be a good
Doesn't
meta
even
read.
make sense.
Just like the Kazan Mystic that we saw earlier from Gooby.
That's even better. Hunter plays Kazan Mystic. It's like not only flare, but you gain the tempo. It's like the very card that's supposed to be good against Hunter, Hunter uses to defeat Mage.
Yeah, that's true. That's crazy.
Imagine that. Imagine if Firebat for a second makes a metagame call, says, I think there's going to be a lot of secrets with Mage or Hunter. I'm going to put Kazan Mystic in my own Hunter instead of Flare. I don't think that's happening at all. I'm just saying the realistic possibility.
It's 2 mana more. I mean, I guess you do have some flexibility with the 4 slot from Hunter. A lot of Hunters have experimented with a lot of different things, whether it be Piloted Shredders, Houndmasters, Yetis for a while.
Yeah. Wow, really slow start for Mage. It's a mech Mage, it looks like.
Yeah.
And, well, Firebat had a pretty slow start too, no 1-drop, but he seems to be playing at least the mid-range version, which is slightly slower than the super aggressive Wolf Rider Arcane Golem version, which everyone says they detest, and yet I always find people playing it.
Yeah. I think mid-range Hunter right now is, well, at least in tournament format, is a little bit stronger.
Oh, man.
Face Hunters have a lot of trouble getting through Ramp Druids. I guess mid-range Hunters do as well, but they have a better matchup.
Interesting.
Yikes.
So Huffer gets challenged by the Harvest Golem, and I think he wants to set up a good Houndmaster next turn. So he's going to rely on this Web Spinner to not die, and then hopefully be able to get the Houndmaster buff for the tempo play.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
That Goblin Blast Mage, if it lands the way it's supposed to and kill off everything on board. Oh my gosh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, well, what would have been more unfortunate if it had hit the Huffer once and then hit face twice, which would have been worse, nearly worst case scenario.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So he can thank his lucky stars that he actually managed to kill off that Web Spinner, because a Houndmaster here would have ruined his day.
Well, now Firebat's in an awkward spot. Everything is mana inefficient short of Houndmaster, and everything is damage inefficient. So this is actually where he might start falling behind, and Mech Mage can abuse the fact that it snowballs pretty well.
I think you just have to chuck up and race here.
What do you think about Mirror Entity here? Oh, especially if you get Snow Chugger.
Yeah, Snow Chugger. That's actually a really great draw right now, because if you do get into a race situation, especially if he plays Mirror Entity on top of it, he'll be able to answer whatever comes out the next turn with Mirror Entity just innately, and that Snow Chugger will stop damage from coming out of the face.
What about Duplicate with Snow Chugger? Do you feel like it's... Because he would have to be so in tune with how things go that he would have to smack the 2-1 damage golem.
Which is very unlikely.
I guess not.
It just stops all of his momentum.
So the Yeti means he wants to race, essentially. He wants to just go for damage as much as he can. He's calculating, because with this in hand, he basically has 2 turns to kill his opponent.
Yeah. You really have to count up here as Firebat and think, am I going to win the race? Because on turn 6, he can put out, with the current board, that'd be 8 damage from his hand with Kill Command, Unleash the Hounds.
Yeah, so this is going to attack the face, the weapon, so he's got 3 to count down, so 14. Unleash the Hounds Kill Command, if there's 4 minions on board, would be 9 damage. So he still has to make up 5 damage somewhere. Because you're assuming that your opponent's going to be building 1 more minion on the board.
Yeah.
Kodo does buy you a little bit of health. Lothar buys you 5 health and no spells. I mean, there is a possibility you might die to a fireball combination next turn if you are idle on the board, right? I think I slightly favored Lothar because you might be surviving. Kodo would also be okay too, just because you take some damage away. Oh, this is so meta. This is definitely very meta. He's just going to try to maximize his damage with his hero power.
Wow. Bold call.
Very bold call.
Firebat knows it's a bold call.
Well, he says if you have Fireball and Frost Bolts, God bless. That's 20 damage exactly. But if you don't, then I'm still in this game. Thijs also worried about if he's gonna die. It's always like this race scenario, right? Like, are you gonna be able to
with 6 mana
outpace the hunter?
I don't think there's a situation where a hunter can do 12 damage in a single turn. So really all he has to do is make sure that he has lethal on board.
Yeah. Well, Firebat has 9 damage this turn. But he can start controlling the board a little bit.
Yeah. He can clear off the Blast Mage plus the Yeti here.
Can Animal Companion save him? I don't think so. Everything looks really tough. However he wants to cut this cookie. If he had more time, he'd actually be in a really good spot. He had Kodo to kill off the Snoke Chuggers. He got his Lothar to lock out spells and a high main. But oh, is he Hail Mary? This has to be Doomsayer.
Oh no. I kind of like the Hail Mary play because he's just sort of stopping the bleeding right now.
I don't like the Hail Mary.
What chance does he have to?
Oh, that's game.
Yeah. I mean, next turn, even if he cleared off the Blast Mage and the Yeti.
That's really funny. The Imani Berserker means that Mage can activate and get the Enrage off, so he was dead either way.
That's rough.
Well, Pilot Shredder is pretty good. In case anyone needed some confirmation or affirmation that, no, you were not wrong to put Pilot Shredder in deck. It's actually a good choice.
Most decks as well.
Yes.
Even slower decks. I saw some Control Warriors running Piloted Shredder.
So now we go into the blind pick stage where they can pick any deck and select anything that they feel like playing. No eliminations. I know Firebat's been a big proponent for last year's standing. He thinks it's the best format. But
well, he's won the Hearthstone World Championship.
Right,
in last
exactly. So you're fond of it because it's like the format that best suited your strengths. But
yeah.
At the same time, maybe we get to see him put into a different scenario where, because people know Firebat, and the reason why I bring this up is people know Firebat as the way he prepares based off last year's standing, like how he understands the metagame. But maybe you can throw him to a different scenario and see how he adapts, because sometimes the formats favor some type of players who think a certain way, maybe face another type of player who likes to think a certain way, and we can just see and stress test in a way. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So these guys' options are Druid Mage Hunter for Firebat and Warlock Paladin Mage for Thijs.
Yeah,
and that Warlock is a